I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch, it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. No second guess it, I let it set in. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. Danny G sitting alongside Rio tonight, and we've got some fun shit going on. We have an official champion in the College World Series. We've got some NHL. Man, potentially the Stanley Cup's going 7 games.
Yeah.
We've got some fun shit going on there. I know you had something interesting you wanted to bring up right now. Let's talk about it.
What's that?
Oh, I don't know. Texas.
Oh, yeah. It is interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, Texas football, man. The recruits are rolling in. Just popping off like crazy. You know, Arch committed a few nights ago, and it just seems like the effect has ultimately gone crazy. You pull that up and tell you who they got coming in here.
Yeah, just today. How many did you say? 4?
Yeah, it's like 4 today. They don't have an ESPN here. Let me go pull it up.
Well, we talked about that the other night. Like, his impact is going to be huge for you guys. And that's just, I don't know. That's changing everything for you guys joining the SEC here in a couple of years. So.
Oh, yeah, that's big time for us. And we figured, 4 commits in one day. 4-star O-line commits to Texas. Jaden Chapman, another guy, over Alabama, LSU, and Texas A&M. It's definitely good things. Most of them are O-linemen at the moment. We did get a 4-star wide receiver, but they are starting to roll. I mean, we need some defensive guys. There's a 3-star O-lineman, 4-star wide receiver, Jonah Wilson, and another in-state, and that's a big thing. This Connor Stroh is in-state guy, 6'7", 345 pounds strong, committed to Texas over Texas A&M, Auburn, and Arkansas. So Kyle Flood getting the recruiting going there for University of Texas. You got to have somebody to protect Arch Manning, right? And that's kind of what you sell. Like, hey, you're going to look good with that guy Manning there behind you throwing the ball and probably getting it out quick. And so, yeah, like I said the other night, I think it's going to just bring the recruits coming. The only thing that we do need is start to get the defensive guys coming. So.
Yeah, I feel like they'll come. It'll take a couple studs, and then people will start kind of gradually coming over, transfer portal, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it'll definitely come. People are going to want to win and potentially surprise a lot of people when you guys jump over to the SEC. So that's crazy, man.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, because it's popping off just today. But I mean, yesterday even we got another wide receiver and a 4-star wide receiver and a 4-star linebacker from Hawaii. So. Yeah, good things, like 6 in the last 2 days. And then 7, of course, with Archie.
Right.
Just late last week. So, yeah.
Dude, you'll take it. You guys are on the up and up, and Iowa's not looking nearly as promising,
yes.
Especially with how much better Nebraska's going to be this year. So.
Yeah, they might go undefeated. So.
Slow down. I don't know about all that. But we'll get. I do have to give them credit, though. I think they're going to be a lot better.
Yeah, Casey Thompson, he was a huge pickup for them. You're going to have an actual quarterback back there with lots of experience, so good for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So I did touch on the Stanley Cup. So right now it's 3-2. Colorado's up over Tampa Bay. And I think Tampa's won the last 2, right? They were going for the three-peat. They just seem kind of tired. But you think it could go 7, or you think Colorado's going to close it out, man?
Yeah, I think this could go 7 all the way. I think both teams have had their chances here. It's been a good series so far, definitely. Tampa Bay wins 2 in a row, and you say they look tired. It's almost like they were. They win a tight one, 4-3, and then they blow them out 7-0. but then they get blown out 6-2. They win a tight one, and then they lose a tight one. So, if anything, it definitely does look like it'll go 7 for sure. Who's got a little bit more left in the gas tank, I think, is kind of what it comes down to. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. But I think 7 games is probably realistically where this is going to go.
Yeah, I agree. When I said 7, so they did win the last 2 before that. But when I said 7, what I was thinking was, when I said 2, I was thinking the last 2 Stanley Cups.
Oh, okay.
That's where I was going with that.
Gotcha.
So, yeah,
that I'm not for sure. Did they have
tough? Yeah, so they were going for a 3-peat this year.
Holy shit! Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. 7 games is, everybody probably wrote off, the Avalanche once they went down 2-0. How hard is it to beat teams after going down 2-0? But especially then you lose, the Avalanche being they lose another one and go down 3-1. So then they win a game. I think they could definitely win one more and send it to 7. I'm probably looking at experience for the Tampa Bay Lightning to close this out eventually. But going 7 games is definitely not out of the realm, for sure.
Hell yeah. I hope so, man. That's what everybody wants to see, right?
Oh, yeah, it generates money and all that kind of stuff, yeah.
For sure. It's just a lot more fun. What else is going out there, man? When Jimmer isn't here with his list of perfected notes and his exquisite pronunciation of names that he does.
Yeah. LeBron. Flawless Panini triple Logan card sells for $2.4 million, including buyer premium. Yeah, that's crazy. Drake spent at least $200,000 trying to find numbered the triple Logan LeBron James card number 1 of 1, sold at auction Saturday night for $2.4 million. That's crazy. I mean, that's just insane, I think. The Panini's 2021 Flawless Release includes 5 cards, all numbered 1 of 1. Among them, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball, Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, Zion Williamson, and Giannis, and Kevin Durant. Yeah. It's embedded with NBA logo patches from quote-unquote game-used jerseys from each of his 3 career teams, Cleveland, Miami, and L.A. So very valuable, of course. Who's got that kind of cash right now to be dropping that on cards,
Dude, that's the interesting thing. My brother watches these guys on TikTok that's all they do is they buy these like $10,000 chests, really, to open it up in hopes that they would find a card like this, right?
Yeah.
And they were actually the group that ended up finding the Logo Man card, and they were just going off and going crazy. And it's interesting to me because I haven't been into cards since I was a kid,
right.
And so thinking about, God, if I would have kept any of those, would anything have been fucking worth any of this money? Dude, I don't know. I can't believe it's still that big, I guess,
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
digital.
I feel like it was kind of big, and then it died off, and then now it's like really big.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe it just seems like, especially, I feel like we're living in a time where, especially me, I was at that weird time where I got to see where the internet wasn't there, right? And then I've seen this explosion of internet and social media explosions. I've seen both sides of it, and just exposure from and the value people put on certain things, how it's just kind of switched hands, it seems like. So, and of course we're living also in a time, I think, where all these guys, LeBron, he's getting older, he's probably only got a few years left. All these guys are going to eventually be retiring, or just finally getting too old for the game and not being that great. So I think we're kind of seeing the switch of the hands, and in that case, too, all these good players, their cards have become way valuable in this time that we've seen all these players be so great. They're getting towards the end of their career, and now their value is just way up there,
Yeah.
So I guess, in that aspect of it, why it's surprising, it could be. So, yeah, lots of great players. I just listed tons of players out there that are stars. going to be even bigger stars. So definitely, but I don't have that kind of coin to be dropping on a.
So much money.
Wish I did.
No doubt.
ESPN 300 quarterback Jaden Rashada, ranked number 22 in class of 2023, commits to Miami Hurricanes football program. Over offers from LSU, Florida, Mississippi, and Texas A&M. Apparently, he wanted to commit on June 18th, his father's birthday, but pushed his announcement 8 days later to his grandmother's birthday. So, fuck you, Dad.
Fuck you.
6 foot 485 pounds, plays at Pittsburgh High School in Pittsburgh, California. Gives Mario Cristobal a big boost. As lots of quarterbacks kind of going these days. I believe Alabama picked one up as well not too long ago. So, fourth ESPN 300 quarterback to commit to Miami since 2020. Those being Tyler Van Dyke, Jay Garcia, and Ja'Cory Brown. So Arch Manning and Rashada now off the board. Number 8 is the top uncommitted quarterback in that 2023 class, Dante Moore. So that 2023 class is kind of starting to wiggle its way into fruition and being complete for everybody. Obviously, lots of people. But as for top guys, they're starting to figure out where they want to go and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's interesting. Good for Cristobal over there at Miami.
Yep.
As he tries to kind of get things back on track over there.
Yeah, it's cool to see. And I guess early on, the way to look at that class, I feel like that, 2023 guys semi-stacked, right? Like there's a lot of studs that could really make a difference at these colleges, especially, like you said, the top, 7 or basically they picked where they're going. 8's the highest, right? That hasn't chosen.
Yeah.
So, man.
Yeah.
I'm curious how many of them stay with this transfer portal situation,
I tell you what, I mean, people talk about, I think I may have brought it up the other day, is like until pen hits, ink, and even then it's not even official with the way the portal is nowadays. Nothing's guaranteed. Another thing I didn't realize, I believe I told you off air just yesterday, was that old boy Quinn Ewers did not redshirt his first year at Ohio State. So that
he didn't?
No. So being that he could, we got into that big thing about who's going to go where and is Arch Manning wanting to sit. I mean, so he's only got Ewers has to be at Texas for 2 years and he can enter the draft. So I think that only ups my case for if he balls out this year, Arch can come in and be like, yeah, I'll sit a year and go behind a guy that probably go, in the NFL draft, top probably a couple of rounds, right? Sit behind, kind of like the Colt McCoy and Vince Young situation. Colt McCoy, highly regarded recruit coming in. They had potential to play 2 years, but of course Vince Young went to the NFL, and then Colt stepped in. But kind of almost the same situation there.
Yeah, pretty similar. The thing that I mentioned though too is like that's going to be a pretty big weight knowing that Arch is behind you.
Oh yeah.
So the smallest slip up, it's like, all right, we know this guy is a stud, so he's hopping in. He's a future anyway. Mm-hmm. He can pick us up day one.
Maybe unless he ball, like I said, if Ewers shows he's kind of the real deal and balls out this year, I mean, you're like, all right, I'm probably set for my next year, and then like I said, he can then bounce to the draft if he puts up another good year.
True, bounce to the draft for sure. Yeah, there's always that. If he's still there, I don't know how that'll work out, but yeah. Yep.
Anything's possible with the old transfer portal. Moving on, Matthew Wolff, latest player to defect to the Live Golf Invitational Series. Wolff, only 23 years old, is planning to play in this week's Live Golf tournament at Pumpkin Ridge in Portland, Oregon, the first one to take place in the United States. I mean, young player on the tour, probably has a decent following. So, but just another guy that was starting to get a big following that's jumping ship from PGA.
Yeah, I actually just listened to something about the whole Live tournament a little bit ago, and there's a pretty big group that it's I can't remember the exact name. It's some type of 9/11 foundation though. That is basically what they've done is they've reached out or they've written a letter or something like that to all the golfers that decided to stay and that turned down the Live tournament and thank them.
Yeah.
Because, just because.
They can thank them in dollar bills.
Dollar bills, man. Well, that's one thing we didn't really draw the connection to was we know that there's been a lot of evidence as far as those who funded 9/11 coming from Saudi, right? From Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And so thinking about those guys that were directly impacted as far as friends, family, things like that, they're showing a lot of love and support to the guys that are staying. So that's pretty cool. I didn't think about that side of it besides the fact that they just chop people up and shit like that, So.
Yeah. Yeah, that is weird to think. I guess. That's a crazy fucking connection you just threw in there.
Yeah, I just heard a little bit about that. And that's another conspiracy alley thing I think we could do at some point too. But yeah, I heard about that today. It's kind of cool.
Okay.
What do you think about so UFC this weekend? Pretty big deal, right? We've got Adesanya and Cannonier and Volkanovski and Holloway. Those are really the two big boys, and I think it's gonna be a pretty good card overall. But those two will make it worth it. Who you got in those two fights, man?
Yeah, so I'm probably going to have to ride Adesanya. Being the fact that he's just so good. I will say that so. If anybody scares me, it would be this Cannonier. He's sneaky good. Really good, significant strike accuracy. Touch better than Israel. He'll take him down. It's going to be a good fight, I think. For a little bit. I think this is where a lot of that experience is going to come in for Adesanya. But it could be a sneaky fight. I feel like Cannonier is that kind of guy that can lull you to sleep and then just get you.
Okay.
Especially even the crowd, too. So, sneaky fight for sure. And then Volkanovski, right, is fighting Max Holloway. I don't know, man. He's looked so good, but I want the Max train so bad. I probably got to ride my boy Max, just because I like him, like everything he's about. This time he does it, I think.
Yeah. So for the Volkanovski fight, there's not an ounce of my brain I'm using for this. This is straight with the heart, right?
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
yeah,
going
100%.
with Max, too, man.
Even me. I mean, yeah, for sure.
Volkanovski looks so good against everybody, man.
Yeah.
Everybody. He pieced up, was it Korean Zombie last time?
Yep.
Right? Which, whatever.
Right, I was going to say, yeah, kind of whatever. I mean, I know we went Korean Zombie, but, yeah, he shouldn't even been in that spot, right?
Right.
Kind of a last-second replacement.
But the last two times these guys got together, man, they were both Fight of the Year contenders.
Yeah, no, for sure. Max is right there. I think there's a few things he just kind of got to capitalize on. So, yeah, I'm going to root for Max to get it done. Definitely, even though it is tough to pick against the champ at sitting at 24-1.
Yeah, agreed. And then for the other one, I'm going Izzy.
Izzy?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's hard to pick against him. He's looked dominant against everybody he's faced so far. There's been a few troublesome moments, but I mean, otherwise he's cleaned everybody up as well. Do want to touch on a couple here. Pedro Munoz, another one on the main card against Sean O'Malley. If you're a Sean O'Malley guy, I think Pedro Munoz could knock him out. I think this could be a wake-up call.
I hope so.
He's got the power to do it. So I don't know. If you're a Sean O'Malley guy, this is going to be an interesting fight, I think.
It'll definitely be his toughest fight, I think, right?
Plus 210 at Pedro Munoz, so significant underdog, but I think it's going to be closer than what we think. Another surprise, on the prelims, speaking of that, just a surprise, Robbie Lawler sitting in the prelims facing Brian Barberena. Definitely taking Robbie Lawler here. He's I think, beat up Brian Barberena for sure.
It's crazy to think about him on the prelims, isn't it?
Yeah, and same thing. There's Donald Cerrone versus Jim Miller. It's crazy to think about.
Too?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about these guys. I mean, we've known for and kind of speaking on what I said about basketball and stuff. We've watched these guys be stars for so long, and they're starting to falter, and starting to slip down these rankings and get beat. Robbie Lawler being one of them as well. So yeah, just kind of weird to look at it and see And speaking of new blood coming up, the Ian Gary, Ireland, they call him the little Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Not sitting at 9-0 on the prelims, facing 11-3 Gabe Green. I think that'll be an interesting fight to see if Ian Gary is ready for the whole limelight and stuff like that. So, yeah, it'll definitely be a good fight. And even I think this is actually a decent card. I mean, you look at even the early prelims, Uriah Hall sitting there in the early prelims versus Andre Muniz. Muniz kind of only 22-4, so looking to make his way up the rankings and stuff. You got Jessica I versus Macy Barber. It's another, decent girl fight as well. So, yeah, this is actually a decent card, and I think potential to be a very good card to watch for sure.
Yeah, really. You look at it top to bottom. Damn. Yeah. All right. Let's go. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, most definitely. It's, some of these sports are winding down. Hockey winding down. Baseball is just kind of getting into the thick of everything, so the races aren't crazy important yet. You have, obviously, football and free agency kind of taking a pause here before they start. Basketball, of course, just ended, so a lot of UFC cards going to be popping off. I think going to get more attention and more draw for sure.
Yeah. Well, hey, you touched on football. Let's talk about your guy, Micah Parsons. Did you see he's trying to break that Dallas Cowboys interceptions record?
Sack record, you mean?
Interceptions is what he said.
Oh.
He did say, yeah.
Oh, I seen the other one where he said he wanted to come after the sack record.
Yeah, he was talking shit to Diggs.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm coming for that. And then he goes, but for real, I've been working on my hands, so I'm trying to get at least a couple picks this year. So
yeah,
God, just add something else to his repertoire, right?
I wanted who's that fella from the Broncos? I got picked right before he picked Surtain Jr. Patrick Surtain. I wanted him so bad, and he's balled out too and was a baller and did good things for them. But man, Micah Parsons sitting there, not at quite an obvious need, but man, he just helped us out so much.
All right, and here's something I don't think we talked about. No, this just came out yesterday. So the NFL is pushing for an indefinite suspension of Deshaun Watson. At the very least, they want 1 year suspended, which we all eventually got to that. We're like, yeah, I think that's how it's going to end up. But I guess it looks like they're going to put a big focus on the 5 cases that are left. Man.
Yeah, definitely. That's a possibility. But like I said, also the Players Associations had come out and said they were going to rebuttal as soon as he got suspended by saying Jerry Jones, Robert Kraft, Dan Snyder, all those guys who haven't got suspended or anything like that. How can you not do that to them over conduct, and then not,
right.
Do it to them. So it'll be definitely interesting to see how this all plays out for the Browns. And, because regardless, I believe they still owe him like $34 million this year, even if he is suspended the whole year. So a lot of coin.
I thought the first year they
signing bonus is still paid.
The signing bonus
still has to be paid.
Okay.
Yeah, it just can't be. It's not salary.
So the salary is the mill.
Yes.
Okay. I got it.
Yeah. So he's still going to be owed all that money. Another cool thing, the Colts become the first team in NFL history with 3 wide receivers at 10,000 yards if they re-sign T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. only needs 309 yards to reach 10K, and he would join Marvin Harrison, and Reggie Wayne. So, pretty cool.
That is badass, yeah. For fantasy's sake, I hope they don't. I'm tired of getting tempted to draft him.
Yeah, I think I had him in his last good year.
Did you end up getting him on waivers for a minute too this year?
Yeah, I think I did, and had him sit there, and no.
It's too tempting, man.
Right. It's, yeah. But, let's see. I did see something the other day I want to bring up. Yes, NFL teams with the best win percentage in the Super Bowl era. Cowboys are sitting at number 1.594. But I want to bring it up because the Vikings are actually on this list at .557.
So where does that put us? Number
2, 3, 4 on your fifth.
Fifth?
Yeah, way up there in win percentage, but no, not one Super Bowl. Also, Baker Mayfield 100% healthy, ready for camp. Apparently the Panthers and the Seahawks have still been in contact with the Browns about it. Just it seems like money still kind of hanging in the balance, even though they come out and said they'd be willing to eat more of that contract. So, yeah, it'll be definitely interesting.
I don't think the money would be as big a deal to Seattle. Nobody wants to pay that much, but I don't think it'd be as big. I think it'd be tougher in Carolina, though, because you owe a boy like $13 million too. That'd just be a tougher pill to swallow. You're basically paying for number one, you know. God, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I also saw, I don't know if you remember that, a couple months back when the rumors went around that Baker was going to go to Carolina. What the fuck is Butterfinger's name over there, the number 2 receiver, the crazy hair in Carolina? Is it Anderson?
Oh, yeah, Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson, yeah. He was, like, talking shit about it, basically.
Oh, yeah,
no.
definitely.
Like, you're not going to catch it anyway, bro.
All right, no kidding.
It's fine.
Another one, Alvin Kamara bracing for a 6-game suspension over his deal. Yeah, I could definitely see that coming out. That's been kind of hidden with all this Deshaun Watson news, but definitely could be a suspension looming for one of the best backs in football today.
He's gotten lucky because of Watson. I think Watson's helped him. The media hasn't beat him up. I've heard nothing about this in a while, dude.
Nothing after that, what was it, the Pro Bowl game?
Yeah.
That was when it happened. So, yeah, definitely he got lucky for sure.
Damn, man.
Some NBA news. Rumors floating across report Bradley Beal very likely to decline the player option. But then it come out he is leaning toward re-signing with the Wizards on a 5-year max deal, which would be worth somewhere around $250 million. What else? There's a few other ones. DeJounte Murray apparently has been the subject of trade rumors, but the Spurs want 3 first-round picks in return for him. So I don't think they should do that. They've got a young star, I think, starting to develop there. So definitely, I mean, I don't know. It depends on really what the picks look like. You know, if you're looking in the back half, then probably not. But if you're looking in 2 in the top 5, maybe.
Yep.
Also, Atlanta Hawks interested in pursuing DeAndre Ayton, but less than the max. Speaking of some other big men, John Collins wants out of Atlanta and wants a trade. Josh Hart, he's with the Trailblazers. He's going to get a almost $13 million contract guaranteed with them. Milwaukee comes out, says they're going to recruit more talent to play along Giannis next season. So we'll see how active they are once it opens up. We'll see what happens there. I mean, they definitely need to. You know, kind of almost. I feel like the Jimmy Butler thing. He needs it too. And I feel like Milwaukee has had talent there. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how active they are. Another one, Kevin Durant has reportedly not spoken to Brooklyn Nets in weeks. Apparently has lost trust in the front office. No news other than that right now. So we'll see if he actually wants to trade. I think it all depends on what happens with Kyrie and Kyrie and free agency. What are you going to do to bring in some more help? You know, because you can't trust Ben Simmons to come and play and have that help either.
Yep.
I mean, really, you couldn't trust Kyrie either. But with no help, I think he may be like, yeah, I'm out of here. Golden State Warriors are prepared to offer Jordan Poole 4 years, $100 million extension. So we talked about it. They were going to definitely have something on their hands to who to pay. So we'll see what happens there because who is it? Wiggins. Wiggins is going to need to get paid as well. Maybe it's a fake cap, kind of like the NFL.
I was trying to find the quote about Chris Paul, but I came across this earlier. And Chris Paul recently said that he thinks the playoffs need to change in the NBA because as an example, of course, his team, the Phoenix Suns, had the best record in the entire league, but they ended up losing in 7 games. He said it's BS that their entire season is determined in those 7, in that short of a span, I guess.
And 7 games is a long time. You got to win 4 games.
Yeah, that's how it goes, bro.
And they changed it to let if you're sitting on the other side of it, they literally just changed it so they could give another team a chance to get in and play, and actually 2 to battle it out, right?
Right, yeah.
So
we got 10, man.
Yeah, that's insane for him to say, but 7 games is plenty. I mean, you have to win 4 games.
Yeah.
You can still lose 3.
Yeah, and I just feel like you're not the guy that's not something you should be complaining about, man, because you consistently do this.
Yeah, I don't know. It's LeBron always would complain about stuff too. Maybe it's just one of those old good guy kind of things.
Maybe it is.
Another big one to talk about: Ole Miss Rebels sweep Oklahoma Sooners to win the first men's College World Series title. Oklahoma going for a baseball championship, and the women just a month ago, not maybe less, won a softball national championship, beating the Horns, unfortunately. But so going for kind of a back-to-back deal. Couldn't do it. They got swept, and Ole Miss had to come back. They scored twice on wild pitches in the 3-run 8th inning to win 4-2. They were 42-23 overall, became the 8th national champion since 2009 to come out of the SEC, and 3rd straight. So, yeah, pretty exciting for them.
No, it's pretty cool. You always love to hear, first ever.
Yeah, first ever. I mean, SEC baseball is obviously very, very good there. Yeah. You talk about Tennessee, being dominant and whatnot. So, good to see somebody get there first.
Yep, totally agree, man.
That's a good thing for them as well. Of course, who doesn't like seeing Oklahoma lose?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd rather drive through the beautiful state of Oklahoma.
Why? So you can brush your teeth with a shotgun after about 20 minutes, or what?
God, just the open road and.
Yeah, where there's nothing there. Yeah, no, I got you. I don't know if you see this come across, but apparently 8 players were thrown out. Both managers, 6 players ejected in the Angels and Seattle game after Jesse Winker was hit by the first pitch in the 2nd inning by Angels opener Andrew Wantz, who had also thrown a pitch behind the head of Mariners number 2 hitter Julio Rodriguez in the 1st inning.
Jesus.
So big-time brawl. Stopped and started twice before Angels closer came back out on the field and threw a tub of sunflower seeds and a bucket of gum onto the infield.
That's great. Jesus.
Brawl lasts about 4 minutes with people from both teams appearing to throw punches, so this could potentially get worse in the aspect of suspensions and whatnot. So, yeah. Game was delayed about 18 minutes, so.
Hey, if you're not going to let them do steroids, let them fight. That's how you keep viewership up, man.
Right? Come on now. And make it like hockey. You get in trouble, you sit in a box for a little bit, and that's it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
A little bit tougher in baseball. Because it's usually the pitchers, at some point, they get close to hitting somebody or whatever the case is, and that's when everybody gets fired up.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe you could do that, though. Maybe you could do a 2-minute penalty. You got some kind of reliever out there for a few pitches, then he comes back in, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I get behind that.
For sure. Yeah. Another NBA news. James Harden has until Wednesday to decide on a player option. Really, Harden is already making more than the max salary. His option is for $47.4 million. Comes down to what the 76ers and him kind of want to do, so that'll be an interesting thing to watch. Obviously, Kyrie Irving, he's got $36.9 million player option, so we'll see what they want to do. Sign and trade. We've heard all the news. Like I said, Bradley Beal's case looks like he's going to re-sign. Chicago, sounds like they might want to either move on or get LaVine to take a pay cut. So just because he hasn't played as well as when they signed him. So I don't know. It'll come down to that unrestricted free agency. The team does have the ability to offer a 5th year for him. So it depends on what he wants to do, I guess. They obviously want to keep him, but at a less number. So,
God. Yeah. He's probably going to go somewhere else because he's going to want to make some money. But that core is maybe not championship competitive yet, but they're so good and they're so fun to watch, you know?
Yeah. Of course, Jalen Brunson getting a lot of free agent interest right now. Leading up, it opens July 1st, I believe, is the day. So New York Knicks, like you said, the other night, it sounded like they were moving cap space and stuff, trying to get room to get him, and they're going to offer him $100+ million over 4 years. 4 years. And I thought he was unrestricted, but he's actually restricted, so Dallas can match. But would they add $100 million? Probably not. It's like I said,
probably not.
And was it 2 years? They're going to have like no money on the books. They can offer Luka the max and then bring in talent as well. So I doubt it. I hope they don't. I don't think he's that guy. So for them, I don't know.
Yeah, when you're talking that kind of money, like he's got to be more of the guy than he is now with them, right?
I think he's a nice piece. I just don't think he is the star.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to be more important to your team than he is right now with them to pay that kind of money out for sure.
Right. Because he didn't ball. So, you'll say, oh, he balled out. Well, he balled out in the playoffs, sure, when Luka was gone. But he didn't ball out during the regular season when Luka was gone. He still played. He didn't tear it up like that. So I just don't know if he is that guy. I'm not convinced. So, I think he's a good player. I don't know. I don't think $100 million player.
Maybe. It's a fair point, right? Like the floor obviously opens up a lot more when Luka's on, right? It opens up for everybody. Yeah. So he's got more room to do his thing. But they won with him out there. Maybe the stats weren't the greatest, but they won ball games. They stayed where they needed to be. So I don't know. I think he can make an impact, but it's got to be the right spot.
Yeah,
I guess I think he can make a big impact.
I would love to keep him. I just don't want to overpay.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else you got?
Man, no. I think that's about it. The only other thing I pulled up looks like Jake Paul and Tyson Fury are gonna have $1 million bet on the fight coming up. So that's to be expected, I suppose. But
yeah, definitely. Interesting to see how that goes. That whole fight deal. You gonna watch?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, I'll watch the highlights, if you can call them that, I guess. Somewhere else, just another stage thing. But so I guess that you know what time that is.
Let's go.
It is time tonight for Rio's Random. Brought to you by Bo's Power Washing out of Belmont, Iowa. Make sure you hit up our guy, Kevin. He'll hook you up. He does plenty of mowing, weed eating, gutter cleaning, power washing, of course. Anything you need. Come winter time, he'll hook you up. He'll move your snow. Hit him up at 641-903-1720. Tonight on Rio's Randoms. First up, you walk into a hotel room and you find $10 million in cash underneath the blanket or the bed. What do you do?
Taking it and I'm checking out. 100%.
You damn right.
Down.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Is there? Even if Jimmer was here, I feel like that's going to be the answer on the table.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, as soon as I find that, we're backing this bitch up. Yep, see ya. I'm out of here checking out, and I'm driving hours away from.
Yes, 100%.
100%. Hours away from there.
Check
Getting
that thing
for
like a tracking chip. Get rid of it. Whatever the hell.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've seen movies.
Right.
I don't know, man.
I'm getting the hell out of there. I may stop and buy a Bugatti, but what's up?
Hey, no big deal.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No, I'm snatching the cash, I think, and I'm getting the hell out of town. Hours away from there for sure.
Let's go.
Number 2, what superpower would you not want?
Ooh. What superpower would you not want? You got one on the top of your head?
Probably laser beam eyes. In case you accidentally, right?
Accidentally tap
Right,
it
you're
or something.
right, you're getting it on, and you accidentally flips the switch, and you burn a hole through her face.
Just murk your wife. Oh, my God.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that would be covered under insurance either.
No, for sure.
Damn. You see, I think I'm going to go. I probably would not want to be able to read people's minds.
Why?
I feel like it's kind of the same thing. I feel like I would lose control over it, and eventually I'd get overwhelmed with just fucking hearing everybody's shit.
Hearing everybody else.
And just go crazy. Yeah. Plus, there's certain times where I don't want to know what the fuck you're thinking.
Right.
Right?
You're in the bedroom with your wife. You whip it out. She's like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
You
Gosh.
see her with that fake smile on her face.
Right.
You, bitch, you've been doing this whole time?
Right. Put
That's
that
your
shrimp
reaction?
away.
Oh.
Yeah. And my last one for Rio's at Randoms tonight. Give me one famous celebrity you would want to punch in the face.
Ooh. One celebrity, huh?
Can you go Amy Schumer? She's
terrible,
annoying.
isn't
She's
she?
annoying. Not funny.
Not
I feel
funny
like
at
I
all.
feel like she's not funny. She's annoying. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, she's pretty terrible. God. Fuck, his name was just on the tip of my tongue. Alec Baldwin. I think I would probably punch him in the face. Yeah, he definitely seems like a douchebag.
Yeah, for sure.
And he just killed somebody and
On set.
yeah, and didn't get in trouble, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that, but sketchy as hell.
Yeah, but he getting knocked the fuck out, so.
Okay. All right. And that, folks, is what I have for Rio's Randoms tonight.
Beautiful. So, we've reached that lovely point where we do make sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't bring one to the table, but I think I can dig one up if I need to. Do you have one?
I do think I have one.
Okay. Let's see what you got.
And so my parents were some pretty square folks, right? They went to church every Sunday. They were just kind of old school, right? But one of the weird things they always had me do or not do was the rule was I could not go outside and have my shirt off.
Okay.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yeah.
Weird. They always told me that. Well, the reasoning was, I'm 14, 15, whatever, right? I'm starting to figure out that I'm into, females other than just like being friends, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, girls will want to rape you. I was like, and the problem?
Stop it. That's awesome.
No, but that was literally what my mom told me. Those girls will want to rape you. I'm like, no problem here.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, give me my Me Too movement. But in that same sense, so they would say that, but then they would also tell me, well, you don't need to come inside from playing all the time and go to the bathroom. You can just pee outside. Go behind a tree.
What?
Yeah, pull it out. I was like, hold up, time out. I can't take my shirt off, but I can pull my thing out behind a tree and use the bathroom. How the hell does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
And I guess that makes me think of our little conversation we had yesterday. Why does my son call his hot dog a wiener?
This was so good. He was dying laughing too because it was perfect. So he said he calls a hot dog a wiener because it wiggles, and he made the motion of it wiggling. He said it wiggles like a wiener. Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
That was so good. And then Axel took a big left turn, and there was the vagina
Yes,
came out.
I don't know. Yeah. Shit gets crazy in my house, I guess. I don't know. He's a crazy kid for sure. But, yeah, I don't know what mom and dad were thinking there. They, no shirt off outside, but you can just go outside behind a tree if you need to. Like, totally doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Unless makes sense if you don't think about it.
Exactly.
So, words of wisdom, folks. In the world we live in, it's a crazy world. So try to be less confusing, setting ground rules for your kids, I guess, because the world's already a crazy and weird place.
Yeah, don't make up weird things like that.
Yeah.
Like the big one for me was the whole like turning the light on in the car because we're gonna get arrested.
Yeah,
you got that one too, probably, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not even close. I didn't learn that probably till I was 30 or something.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
I'm a full believer now that too strict parents make sneaky kids.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not full bore of like let them do whatever they want, but if you're just ridiculously strict and keeping your kids too confined, I guess. One, it's going to make for socially awkward kids, and two, it's going to make them sneaky, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
They're always going to find a way to get around if they really want to. Like me, man, I cut a hole in my closet just to get out and go party. Yeah, that's a story for another time, though. I can tell you for sure.
Absolutely. Well, we'll go ahead and start wrapping her up, man. If you guys found us out on the interweb somewhere and heard this lovely segment without our guy Jimmer here, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, share, the whole 9. Definitely give us a rating. The podcast is available where, Rio?
Anywhere you can stream your podcasts, including YouTube as well. We do get it up and uploaded there. But, I mean, you're talking Spotify, iHeart, Breaker Radio, most of your major streaming services you can find us on.
Absolutely. And definitely pay a close attention on YouTube. We've got a great new digital editor here that's doing some really cool shit with our videos.
Hell yeah.
That we are just not good at. So we're thankful that she's on board and she's going to be helping us out with that. But also, we love to tell stories. We love to talk shit. If you've got a story you want us to tell, go ahead and slide on in
to our DMs. Hit us up with that story. We'll get it out to all the folks that want to hear it. We do too as well. If you're looking for a workout app, make sure to download FitBod and use our code 3GIG for 25% off. This will generate workouts for you, keep track of your workouts, show you how to do new lifts if that's what you're looking for. It'll do it all. I use it every day. So pretty cool app. Of course, make sure if you need any 3GIG merchandise, we have hats, we have shirts, we have stickers. Hit us up, slide into those DMs, and we will get all that to you. We'll get your info and get it to you. If you like what we're doing here and the content we're making, feel free if you like our stuff. Donations are 100% accepted. It takes a little bit of money to kind of keep this thing going. So if you feel any need or you have any needs and stuff to be able to donate, go ahead and do that. We'll gladly accept, and that way we can keep on producing this great content and bringing those interviews out to everyone.
Yeah, definitely. We're trying to make sure everything's up to par, audio, video quality, everything like that. We take a lot of time away from the families to be able to get you guys authentic opinions on kind of what's going on in the sports world.
Yeah,
so.
Eventually we'd like to move, I think, to video cast on our interviews. So instead of just audio, throw them up video-wise. So to do that, we're going to need a little bit better equipment. So we're going to need a little bit of help from you guys out there. So that'd be greatly appreciated. Just trying to help bring some better content for all you folks out there.
Absolutely. So if you've got $1 or $2 to spare, feel free to throw that in. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is 3GIG Sports.
We out.